Happy Friday. I'm Shannon Smith, and I am the director of the inspiration team at Brutus, Monroe, and I am so excited. I have a lot to cover tonight. We have so many new things, so many fun new things that I had a hard time getting it down to just a few, but I did get it down. But we just had a new holiday release come out this week. And of course, we've got all of our awesome November subscriptions. So there is lots to see and play with at Brutus Monroe. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to switch my camera view and we will just get started and get playing, okay? So this is the Crafty Elves Inspiration Kit, and this is the November Inspiration Kit, and I am so excited to play with this. Okay, Darren will put up links as we go along for all of the things that I use tonight.
Penny says hi.
Hi, Penny. How are you? So let's jump into this kit. Let's do that first, okay? So the first thing I'm going to pull out, I'm just going to pull out a few things at a time, are the foilable card panels. And these are so cute. Let me just show you. What a simple way to make a card quickly.
Tina says hi.
Tina or Gina?
Tina.
Tina, hello. So you've got your cute little candies, you've got your snowflakes, you've got your little baubles, and then you've got this kind of fun Scandinavian print. And all of these are cute how they are. You could color them, but they also, because they're printed with toner ink, you can actually foil these. And I want to show you what I was thinking. If we have enough time tonight, which I will just see how it goes, but if we have enough time, who did?
Cindy.
Hi, Cindy. If we do have enough time, I am going to foil one of these. And look at this. This is the Deck the Halls stamp set. This is new in our holiday release. And I just want to just lay it over there because look, your card's pretty much done. Might trim it down if you're me and put it on a mat and then put it on a card base. But holy smokes, can you get easier than that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And honestly, I just have to do a little shout out for a little call out, I guess you could call it, for a product, because if I do have time tonight to be able to foil this, we are going to use the red static foil because, ooh, look at that.
Said I had to get the sewing elf and dye tonight. It's just so cute.
Oh, the sewing elf is really cute. I agree.
That's a seamstress.
Who's a seamstress?
Her cousin.
Oh, your cousin is a seamstress. Yeah, that set is perfect then. Okay, I'm just going to slip these back in here for now, just so I know where to find them. I'll just take everything out so I know what I've shown you already. And the next thing I'll show you is the Crafty Elves paper pack. This pack has all kinds of... First of all, this reminds me so much of a wizard. One in particular. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube, so I'll just tell you. Doesn't that just look like maybe that could be somebody who goes to a wizarding school? And then you've got your little elves, you've got these plaids, you've got just kind of these classic Christmas patterns. And I thought, how cute would it be and how simple would it be? And again, if we have time, maybe I'll be able to do this, to combine from our Christmas release the Reindeer games. I thought, you know, if you just did like a 6x6 card, or even a little bit smaller if you wanted, but if you just used one row of your reindeer for the middle and then embossed those in gold on with this in the background or one of the other pages, how pretty is that? And simple, but classy and pretty. So if we have time, we'll do that. If not, there's an idea for you.
Donna asked me, had a good birthday.
Oh, Donna, I had a wonderful birthday. Thank you so much for asking. We have our conversation clippings. There's 2 each of the white and the black. The sayings are the same on both, but look at how just chock full. So many cute sayings in there. I'm not going to read them all, but we are Well, I don't know if I'm using those yet, but we may. Okay, and then everybody knows I love our ribbon. And we've got all of these pretty colors. I love all of those. I love this green. It's kind of a, what do you call that green? Kind of a spearmint, maybe? I don't know, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. And then, of course, we've got our sequins. Really cute mix. And I am a huge fan of the card bases at Brutus Monroe. We have really, really nice, good weight, and just nice card bases. They're so convenient. They're already scored, already cut. So that is another thing that you get. You get five of them in the kit. And then lastly, not lastly, there's still quite a few things actually. So let me pull these out. You get this great inspiration sheet that shows projects from our inspiration team. And I think they are so cute. Look at how beautiful. So you get all of these ideas of things you can play with your inspiration kit. And you could just keep a binder of these. Or you could even just fold it in half, depending on how you store your stamps. But you could even store it with your stamp set. Okay, and then we've got, of course, the glitter stock, which is amazing. It doesn't flake. It is the best, honestly, hands down, best glitter stock I've ever used. And then you've got a selection of layering cardstock. And this month we have a really fun feature in the box, and it's this really pretty stencil that we are going to use. So I'll set that aside. And then we've got our crafty elves, all of these cute little elves. You've got 7 little guys to choose from, and they're all just busy as can be getting ready for Christmas. And then you've got, of course, the coordinating dies. So, of course, we're going to use those tonight. And I'm just going to jump right in because I want to make sure that we have plenty of time. And if we have enough time, we can do a little extra. Now, I thought that this set was so cute already. And then I have all of these fun things from the holiday release, and they just are fun because they work so well together. I showed you a few things that work together from the inspiration kit and the holiday release, and there's a ton more combinations I'm sure you guys are thinking of on your own. But one thing I thought would be fun is I thought you've got all of these busy, cute little elves, and they just need a tree. So we're going to use the tree from Santa's Visit. Look how cute this set is. There's 41 pieces in this set. You can decorate your tree as sparsely or as elaborately as you want. And this set has a coordinating die set, and it also has a coordinating stencil. And so we're going to use the stamps and the stencil tonight. And we're going to use the tree.
Piece and the bundle in the list, in the links.
You are?
I did.
Thank you, Darren. Darren's putting all of that in the list. And then we've got, he's got the bundle and he's got each individual item. And then you've got this little train that we're going to use. So let's get started on that. And I could not decide on the elves. I narrowed it down to 3. So we're using 3 of the elves, and we're going to use the tree, and we're going to use the stencil. We have lots to do. So let's just get crack-a-lackin'. What was that?
Donna loves this release.
Donna, I love this release too. Isn't it fun? There's just so many cute things. I love the holiday release. I love the subscriptions this month. It's just, there's so much fun. It does. It gave me the Christmas spirit too. So let's get started. I did go ahead and stamp and fussy cut the tree. I don't actually have the dies, but I have them on my list. I'll be getting those soon. So I've got my stick and stamp mat inside my Misty. And then I went ahead and I cut that out like I said. I'm using my blending buddy. So I am just going to cover as much of my mat as I can right now. And then I only have this amount to worry about when I blend it. And I love that it sticks to this because I'm going to be using a blending brush and I don't have to worry about sticking it with tape or anything to my Misty. It's all in there. It works out perfectly. It just fits in my stamping platform just perfectly. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use, for this, I'm going to use Simon Hurley inks. I'm going to use Later Gator and Fake Plant. So I'm going to start out just doing, basically, I'm not worried about, first of all, let me tell you, I'm not worried about the white outline, but I think actually we may as well make use of our stencil.
Slide everything over to the right.
Okay. Thank you, Darren. So this is so awesome. I don't have to worry about the white because the stencil fits so perfectly that I don't think I would worry about it anyway too much just because it's a tree. You know what I'm saying? Some things I would worry about more than others, but let's see if I have that on there right. I might have it upside down. Nope, I had it right. So let's just go ahead and start coloring that. All right, so I'm going to use my Later Gator. And I'm just going to make sure I have that on there right. I don't think I have it on the right side. Let me see. Nope, I did have it backwards. Well, that's all right.
Donna R says hi.
Hi, Donna. How are you doing?
Says happy birthday week.
Thank you so much. It has been a very fun week. All right, and I'm just going to call that good for that. I kind of like that it's got different variants of color, but then to make it even more fun, I'm going to line this guy up again. And hopefully I do it better. I keep mixing up which side is which, and it's messing me up, but now I've got it, it looks like. And we're just going to use our Fake Plant ink now.
Anne-Marie says hi.
Hi, Anne-Marie. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. And I think that I moved it again. So let's kind of mess with that. And again, I mean, it's pretty easy. I don't know how precise you have to be. And it just gave it a little bit more depth. Isn't that cool? So, well, let's move on so we can get...
Hi.
Hi, Michelle. How are you doing? Okay, so now I'm going to take off our blending buddy because we are going to make the background for our card.
Which stencil is that?
This is in the, I don't know that it has a name. It's in the Crafty Elves inspiration box. So
Okay.
I am actually, because this is so intricate, I am using a little bit of pixie spray because most of the stencil is going to be on the paper. So I wouldn't typically say, ooh, use pixie spray on your, in conjunction with your stick and stamp mat, just because if a lot of it's going to be in contact with the mat, it can cause some issues, but it's not going to, so it's going to be fine. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and just kind of I'm going to put my magnets back just so it doesn't move on me. And we are going to use Chroma Mist. Now, there's another tool you can use. You can scooch it up and you can use the Stick and Stamp palette. And that is a great tool. Because I'm spraying, I'm not sure I can spray. Well, I may as well try. I'm not going to stick it to the palette, but I am going to put it right here, which is very convenient. And let's go ahead and I'm going to do kind of a mix of Magenta Sparkle, which is my very favorite Chroma Mist. And I'm going to mix it with a little bit of Pink Glow just to get the color I'm looking for. And it's not a lot of difference, just enough difference that I feel like I need to kind of mix them together. Okay, and that was way more spray than I'm ever going to need, but that's all right. So one nice thing about using this is that more of that pigment is going to go into your brush and less of it's going to go into your matte. Like if I put it here, it would, I think, not go right up into the brush as easily, if that makes sense. All right, let's try this out. I kind of want to grab a paper towel, I think, just to make sure it's not too harsh. I'm just going to get the sides. Okay, so now let me scooch this over a little bit. We're just going to brush along our stencil. And I'm being very, very gentle just because this is such an intricate stencil.
You know what it's called?
It's part of the Crafty Elves inspiration box. So it might be called Crafty Elves. I'm not really sure, to be honest with you. This stencil. But it was in the kit. So it may be exclusive to the kit, is what I'm thinking, Darren.
Okay. I didn't put on the image.
Yeah, I don't know. It might have just been a surprise at the last minute. We'll just kind of do the corners a little bit. Okay, so now let me just wipe off my... See what I mean though? I wipe it all around anyway, so... But it cleans up very easily. So now let's move on to, I'm going to use some of the yellow green, which is another one of my favorites. And a little bit of, just a little bit of the green glow. And then we'll mix those together. And again, I'm just going to dab it just a little bit. And we will do some more of our stencil. Okay. Now, we'll wipe that off. And we'll use a little bit of our...
She's a deer hunter widow for the next few days.
Oh, Penny is?
The deer hunters are loving the cold front that's come through there.
Oh, Penny, yeah, and now you can have crafty time, right?
Donna says finally she can be happier.
That's awesome, Donna. Okay, so I just used some Turquoise Chroma Mist and some green glow again. I wanted turquoise, but I wanted it to be just a little bit greener than just straight out of the bottle is. And I'll show you why. I colored all the images that I'll show you in a minute using Colorista markers. And I was just kind of trying to match it kind of to that. So, all right, let's get that last little bit. So one thing that I think is kind of fun about ink blending with brushes and the Chroma Mist and like aqua pigments is you get kind of a shadow effect because it's wet and it doesn't all, it's not as even but I kind of like that about it. The liquid kind of gathers around the stencil and right up against it more and gives you kind of a shadow effect, which I think is kind of fun. It's fun to get more than one look out of your stencils and more than one way to ink blend. And I'm just kind of trying to get just a little hint of color just so that we don't have white in between. I'm just kind of adding a little bit. Nothing too technical. You know what I'm saying? All right, should we see what we got? First, let me wipe this off so I don't land my hand all over in it and my project all over in it. Okay, so this is what we have, which I absolutely love. And I want to show you, I'll clean that after. I want to show you, so I was a little heavy-handed this time, so I'm kind of hoping it dries a little lighter on the blue, but this one I did a little lighter. I think I kind of like this one better, probably because I love pink, but this is fine. We'll use this one. But I do want to show you another technique. I just used, I tried doing the same thing, only I used the paper towel itself and just kind of dabbed. So if you want something lighter and something a little less, like this is definite, the pattern is very definite, very bold. This one, it's definitely more soft and subtle, which is a whole different look. So depending on what you're going for, you can play with it that way. I actually, when you see the images that I colored, you'll understand why I went with the bolder look. So here is our little tree. We're going to want that guy on there. And we may end up covering that pink altogether. That's kind of funny. We'll see. And then these are the elves that I ended up coloring. Oh, thank you. So we've got our little elves.
Donna likes all of them.
They're fun, huh, Donna? It's fun to have some options, huh? Okay, so we've got our elves. I went ahead and colored them ahead of time just so that we would have time to do whatever tonight. And I've got this little guy who's just kind of standing around looking like he's supervising. And then we've got this little guy with the ruler, and then this cute little girl that looks like she's getting ready to make a card. So then we've got our star. And the star and the train and the tree are all from Santa's visit. And then we've got our elves and our gifts from Crafty Elves. So I thought it would be fun to sit this little girl right in the middle of the train. And I wanted to get as many elves on my card as I could. So we made 6 by 6. This panel is 5.5 by 5.5, but it's going to go on a 6 by 6 card. I'm thinking something like that. And our tree is kind of bare just because, well, to be honest with you, because I don't have the dies yet, I was being kind of lazy. I didn't want to fussy cut them all. True confessions. And I did not cut a border, but you could cut a border. This may be 5. Let me look. I told you it was 5.5, but I want to make sure I didn't lie to you. Yeah, it's 5.5. So we could still cut a border if we want. But I kind of think it looks better to leave it without a border. I think the white is a border enough.
Donna said she loves when it's coming together.
Oh, thanks, Donna. All right, I think that's good. I don't think we need a border on this one. And that's saying a lot for me because I am a big fan of matting my cards. I just like that finished look. But I think the white is pretty with this. All right. So you could actually even use a little bit of a spritz bottle, a little bit of water on there. And that would kind of soften this up a little bit. But because I want this to be dry so that we can move on, I'm not going to do that.
Watch that show.
Yes, true crafty confessions. I think we should make something happen there. Crafty shenanigans followed by crafty confessions. I didn't clean my stamps before I put them away, and other sensational stories.
Sensational, huh?
Yes. Maybe we should have a crafty confessional right now. Like, I have a hard time putting things on my cards straight. And don't a lot of times. Okay, we're going to call that good. And then let's get our tree on there because that's kind of our centerpiece, right? Like I said, that pink that I was so worried about doesn't even show. That's kind of funny. Isn't that the way it goes? And then we'll tuck this little guy back in there. Isn't he cute? I just love his little smile. And I always think it's fun to mix up the colors a little bit. I like these bright kind of neon colors.
Michelle said you are my people.
Michelle, you are, we are all these crafty people. I think that we are one of those, we're a rare breed, right? Maybe not as rare as we think we are, because there's a lot of us that definitely are relating. Oh, I have to share that confession. Yes, I hoard pattern paper too. Until it goes out of style if I'm not careful. Have you done that before? Where you've had it and then you go, wait a minute, I don't care about this anymore. You were saving it for just the most special project. Let's pop her up. You know what? I have a doodlebug obsession too. This is the best. I'm loving this. Crafty confessions. I keep buying stick and stamp mats because I'm afraid I'll run out. So I have more of those than I could probably use anytime soon. I will use them eventually though. And I had to have the pink one. I just thought that was really cool.
Donna R says, my biggest, most embarrassing is I make cards for my grandkids and then forget to mail them in a timely manner.
That was Donna?
Donna R, yes.
Donna, I think that's okay. I think they're happy when they get them. It's okay that they don't, your cards don't always go out on time.
Michelle says she has way too many stick and stamp mats.
Okay, I'm not the only one. That's good to know, Michelle. I'm glad I'm not the only one that is starting to have a stick and stamp stack. Okay, so I think we need to get our sentiment on there, and you know me, we've got to have a little something on there, right? So I think let's go ahead and let's find out what we have in our conversation clippings. I love them because they are just convenient. They're just quick and easy, and I especially love to use them when I'm live because sometimes I stamp straighter than other times or whatever, you know what I mean? So it takes a little bit of the pressure off. All right, what do we want to use here? You're a friend like no one else. Express your elf. Love your elf. Holiday wishes. Who said that?
Jerry.
Jerry, we are just glad you're at the party. You can show up whenever you want. We just like to have you with us. Let's do... I guess I should tell you. I think that Holiday Wishes with Elf Kisses is kind of cute. What do you guys think? Elf in Training. I don't know that that one works for that. Good Things Come in Small Packages. That's cute. Merry Christmas, No Peeking. Let's see if there's any that are elf that I haven't said yet. I think I've said all of the elf ones. And since we've got the elves, let's use an elf one. What do you guys think? Is that okay?
said yes.
Okay. Thanks, Cindy. Now I can say, Cindy said I could. Okay. I just think we need a good sized one. We got a good sized card. We may as well get a good sized sentiment on there. And I'm kind of liking it right there. Okay, let's add one more thing and then we'll call this little guy done. I think I'm going to use, okay, have you guys checked out the Color Vibe line from Simple Stories that Brutus Monroe is carrying? Because I'm really in love with it. I had to get all of the brights and all of the bolds because those are all my kind of colors. You know, we could put them on the tree, but I was going to put them.
Give them decoration.
All right. Darren says they need to go on the tree. What do you guys think? We'll take a page out of Kathy Burris's book. She made some really cute samples for the holiday release where she put jewels on trees. I think that worked out great. All right. We got one done. I think we should go ahead. I'm going to hurry and plug in my my laminator. I think it is plugged in. I just need to.
She loves this.
Oh, thanks, Anne-Marie. I'm going to let my laminator warm up, and while that's warming up, we'll get ready one way or the other. I think we should foil, though. I really want to see what that red static is going to look like. Oh, thanks, Michelle. I just think they're all so cute. Like I said, I had a hard time choosing one elf, so I didn't. I was able to narrow it down to the 3 that worked well together. Okay, so let's set that guy aside, and then we'll get back out our card panels. And I'm going to let you guys choose which one that we want to use. Keep in mind that the black is where the foil is going to be. Anybody have a preference? This beautiful red static. Woo. Oh, thank you so much, Jerry. Thank you, Donna. All right, guys. So this is our foil, and it's going to be on these. Which one do we want to do? Any votes?
Not yet. But Jerry says trees.
The trees? Are there trees? Oh, the Scandinavian one. Okay. Just going to grab carrier sheet.
Also, did you doing red? I would do the candy.
You want to do the candy? Well, let's see. We might have time to do both. Let's see. I wonder if I could do 2 at one time. It's probably a bad idea. I'm going to not. Because I just know me. I'm going to do 1 at a time. Okay, we'll do both. Let's do the candy one. I gotta wait for my machine to finish warming up. And in the meantime, we could actually get our Deck the Halls ready to go. The only thing on the Deck the Halls is it might not show up. Well, we'll see. Let's play with it. I think I'm going to try doing it on vellum, which I haven't done too many times, so bear with me. It'll be an experiment for me. I have stamped on vellum, but I haven't done a lot of embossing on vellum, so let's see how it goes. And this is the Brutus Monroe heat resistant vellum. And I am remembering, which is a miracle, to do my anti-static bag first.
Jerry said, Shannon, you're going to pull out my foil sheets. That's the question I have.
You know, I have been intimidated by foil for a long time, and then we did a collaboration that I had to just go ahead and just not be afraid anymore and just jump in and do it. And it was just one of those reminders that that's what we need to do in crafting. We just need to jump in and give it a try and not be so afraid. All right, it looks like this is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and feed this through while I'm getting everything together for. All right, my laminator's making a weird sound. Oh dear, hang on. Well, hopefully it worked because I had something in the way and it kind of crunched on the one end. So hopefully it'll still be okay. It's because I'm live. It only happens when you're live, right?
I had to have all the fairy tale named foils when they came out. I only opened 2.
Oh, Michelle, you're hoarding your foil. Is that another crafty confession? It's time to pull them out. Okay, I think we've got a bubble. So I'm going to try doing it again. I don't know that it'll be really effective, but we're going to try it anyway. I'm going to cut this down a little bit because I think I just have too big of paper. Yeah, well, it's all right. There we go. That should work a little better anyway. Okay, so we'll get that guy ready to go. Oh, I agree. Yes, I have one right here. The Brutus Monroe ornaments that Michelle was just talking about are gorgeous. These are really shiny, really pretty. Of course I had to have one. Darren's like, I told him when Christopher went live and was showing him, I said, oh, Darren, we're going to need one of those. And he's like, yeah, I pretty much figured that. Surprise, surprise is basically what he was telling me, I think. Okay, let's see what we got here. Hopefully that'll be okay. I'm going to go really slow so that I don't pull it off too much. Ooh, I already love it. And remember, when you're doing foiling, you've got the foil panel, and then you've got what's left on the foil for another card you can use the negative of. Ooh. Isn't that pretty? Look at how festive that is. So pretty. All right, I'm a fan. I love that. I'm glad we did one of the candy ones. That's fun. All right, should we try the Scandinavian one? I don't know what else to call it.
Donna says snowflakes would be pretty with the silver foil.
Ooh, Donna, that would be pretty with the silver foil. Or one of the blue ones would be pretty too. I think there's a blue one. Can't remember what it's called. See, look, we can use that on another card. How cute would that be? This has got some gold in it. It's called Christmas Eve. But I was thinking I would use scarlet. So it just depends on how close it is to the top of the pile. It looks like it was right on top. So let's do that one. Okay. That one, oh, I did something wrong because I got a lot of bumps in there. But I think that was a Shannon problem, not anything else. Let's see. Let's try it one more time. Okay, in the meantime, I'm going to ink up my stamp. I know you can't see me, but I'm using embossing ink on our Deck the Halls to stamp on our vellum. And I'm going to use my little block to make sure I've got a good amount of pressure, pretty evenly dispersed. And it looks like, ooh, I hope that it didn't move too much. Let me see. I think we're good. Okay. So, stick that in there for a minute. And let's see what we got on this. Yeah, I can't promise what this one's going to do because for whatever reason I got a lot of wrinkles in there. I probably needed to cut the foil down a little bit. I'm still learning too, so bear with me, but we'll see what happened. So that's the nice thing about the toner, is that it kind of fills in the gaps if you do something like that. So even though I do have some black showing, I still think that's really pretty. And you can get the idea of how it will look when you do it the right way. Isn't that fun? And simple. Your card is already mostly done. Okay, I'm going to move my laminator out of the way. Okay, precious real estate right here. Let's go ahead and get our embossing powder on.
Cindy said beautiful. She hasn't tried foiling.
Oh, you haven't tried it, Cindy? Oh, foiling is really fun. The deco foil, I think, is a really good way to do it. And also we have, let me see if I've got any nearby. But there's one thing that's kind of a fun way to try it is there's some stickers that you can buy now that make it really easy too. It's a good gateway, I think. Okay, let's try that out. Let me show you the stickers really quick. So these are adhesive transfers and you don't need heat for these. You can just put them in like your die cut machine. You can slide them through with the foil, but it really only takes like a laminator or whatever to use deco foils. So this is another good gateway. Okay, let's heat that up. Forgive me for a moment while there's a little bit of noise. I love that Brutus Monroe vellum is heat resistant, so it doesn't curl up all crazy on me. Just kind of look it over and make sure you don't have any rough spots, so you know you've got it all heated. I think we are good. Get that little spot right there. Now we're all good. Okay. So now I'm just going to take...
Did you just say gateway? I don't know.
I did say gateway. So I'm just going to quickly fussy cut, if you want to call this fussy cutting. I'm not being all that fussy. And one nice thing when you're cutting vellum is your scissors kind of just glide. Get that out of the way. Looks like I brushed some of the embossing powder off when I was heating it up right there, but that's okay. I don't know why I feel the need to point out the things that I do wrong, but you know. There you go. Okay, so now...
That's another true confession.
Yes, that's another true confession. So I kind of think it needs something behind it. So that, you know, I went to all the trouble of doing it in vellum, but now I'm wondering if it's kind of needing something to make it stand out more.
Love the font.
Isn't that a fun font? I think that's a fun font too. Well, I'm going to cut this down a little bit because I am going to put, of course, a matte. And it looks like I have a little spot on this side where I missed it with the foil. So that is the side that's getting chopped off. So I'm cutting that down just 1/4 inch on both sides. Actually, no. I'm going to cut it down and make sure I have enough room to do so. That'll be pretty tight. I'm going to cut off the stars. I hope you don't mind. But I want to cut in a little bit closer. And we'll just catch this last little star so it doesn't look out of place. Okay, let's do, I almost wonder, I'm actually thinking about using this just because then we still get a little bit of see-through. And I'm not going to use it anyway because it got kind of banged up. So let's try it. I like that. Then you still see most of the foil, but, or at least a good portion. Do we want to cut that down a little bit? All right, bear with me for a minute, guys. I'm going to cut it down a little bit smaller.
Yes, that looks good.
So I'm cutting it down to 3 3/4 because I really do think that we need a good mat on there. So this needs to be 3 3/4. So I like that. So now let's do green for our mat. What do you guys think? Should we do a really pretty green? We'll see if this is too dark. I'll grab a couple and you guys can vote which one you think is better green. So I've got this light green. This is the one I'm leaning towards. And then we've got the really dark green. What are your feelings on the green? So dark, medium, light. We'll take a little vote.
Silver glitter question mark.
Silver, ooh, who said that?
Michelle.
Michelle, I actually think you win. That sounds beautiful. This little piece of glitter stock looks like it was just waiting for this moment. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. That was a great idea. So 4 by 5 1/4. Ooh, that is so jolly and beautiful. I love that. Okay, I'm very much a fan of that. Okay, let's get this thing put together. And yeah, it doesn't look like we'll have time to do the one with the Crafty Elves paper, but you saw what to do on that. I think this was fun. And I think maybe we'll put one more on for good measure since it's glitter stock. Okay. And we are going to be committed.
Stunning.
Who said that?
Jerry?
Jerry, isn't that pretty? I love the glitter with it. All right. Do we have it fairly centered? All right, I think that will work. And then we will...
Michelle asked if you had a good birthday.
I did, Michelle. Thank you so much. It was, I got spoiled rotten. Darren bought me the nicest cake, and I'm not kidding you. It was the best cake I have ever had in my life. And there's still tons of it in my fridge. It is so good. Where is my glue?
Giant cake,
It was plenty big for us though, because we don't have a huge family. But oh my goodness, yeah, it was hazelnut chocolate, and oh man, you know how frosting is always too sweet, just kind of icky, sugar note. You know what I mean? Kind of one note sugar. At least that's the frostings I've had most of the time. Not this frosting. Oh my goodness, it had Nutella in it, but it wasn't overbearing. It was just like all of the flavors were just so perfectly balanced. It was amazing. Okay, I'm not sure. I'm hoping that this adhesive doesn't show on this.
Michelle said you deserve to be spoiled.
Aw, thanks, Michelle.
Cindy said it's a fancy card.
Isn't this fun? I love it. And we utilized that paper. It is kind of showing, but I don't think it will once we put everything on. We'll embellish it if we need to, right? So we're going to hide our adhesive a little bit. We're going to try to keep it in the text. And I think I told you last week that I got a chair just for me. It was really nice. And also, Brutus Monroe sent me a beautiful floral arrangement. I just love it. It has great big pink daisies in it. I will post pictures of that. So I'm a little disappointed that this shows. That is one thing you have to be careful. I should have just used tissue tape, but I didn't. So I'm going to try to see what that looks like when it dries, and maybe we'll just stick something there. But let's get it on a card base. Man, these feel even thicker than they used to. I think they're getting thicker and thicker all the time. I love these. Oh man, I love that. That is a pretty card. Michelle, will you text me on Facebook your mailing address? Because I think I should send this to you since you came up with the idea to use the glitter. Because that just made the card just perfect. Let's just see what adding a couple of sequins would do. I don't think we need a lot, but I'm thinking we could get away with just putting a few little... Let's try a little one. Maybe a medium one with the little one. And then we'll put a big one down there. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay, I think we have completed our card. So I will show you both cards again really quick. And you can see how well that our inspiration box and our holiday release work together. And there's so many more combinations. There was no way to even start. Plus we have all of the things that got released in July. So too many fun things, not enough time in one night. So we'll have to do more next week. Thank you so much for crafting with me tonight. I had so much fun, and I think our crafty shenanigans were a lot of fun. I really enjoyed our crafty confessional. I think maybe we should do that more frequently. Thank you so much, and I will see you next week. Next week I'm going to use the die of the month and probably a bunch of other stuff. So I will see you then. Thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.